Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Now, from Studio 77, it's Positively Ernie Extra. New York's TV legend and 77 WABC radio talk host is ready with positive news and interviews that inform, educate, and inspire you. Here's Ernie.
Or to be alive. Love this song. Hey, everybody. We're here with another great show for you. What you need to know with a positive spin. I'm Ernie Anastas, and you know what? I want to talk about love. How about that? That's a good one. Yeah. Great song. Huey Lewis and the Power of Love. You know the first line on this thing? Power of love is a curious thing, and there's no argument there. They say the world spins around with love, and it sure does. Sometimes, sometimes it can make you a little dizzy, little dizzy, and other times you can feel lightheaded and really happy and in love. Let me ask you, are you single right now? Are you dating? Are you married? Whatever. Well, this show is for you today because I've got a fabulous guest who's going to answer a lot of your questions. And mine as well. Say hi to Susan Witter. Hi there. How are you?
Hi, Ernie. So great to be back here. Oh, my goodness. Love this conversation.
Yeah, you know what? We love to relax and talk about things that can help people. Let me tell everybody about you. Susan is an internationally recognized relationship expert and a best-selling author who specializes in higher thinking for a changing world. And it really is changing, isn't it, Susan?
It is changing. Think of the way we learned to date. Think of courting.
Oh, yeah.
Do people even know what courting is today?
I mean, there are so many things going on. I mean, Is it more difficult to find love today?
Oh, I hate to say so, but absolutely it is, because we've changed as human beings. We have reevaluated what makes us happy. We have reevaluated the roles that we refuse to play. You know, in the 50s, it was very simple. Mm-hmm. You do this, you do that. This is how it goes.
Okay.
It's become much more unraveled today, but in a good way. And in the evolution of humans, we find that the dating and relationship models are shifting to accommodate the new consciousness.
I understand.
And people want what I call an a la carte menu.
Okay, so we have a lot of these, let's call them new challenges today, okay?
Yes.
And we all have to kind of deal with that. And there are different age groups as well, which I want to get into.
Yes.
So in general, if someone says, I want to find someone, and it's important to me to find the right person, okay? Now, that's a big question. Where do they go? How does it happen?
Well, number one, know what you want. I've had people come to me and like, I want love. I'm like, okay, tell me what you want to experience.
Good.
What are you looking for? Because I think we oftentimes just go on the physical, we go on the visual.
Yeah, well, that's a natural, right?
And you have to like
attraction.
You've got to
be
have
attracted
that.
to somebody, right?
But I don't think people go into the qualities that they want to experience. We talked in the live show about they do the externals, the height, the job, the looks, and stuff like that. But you need to know what characteristics and qualities you want to experience, and that will it'll filter.
Yeah, that's like the emotional side of it all, right?
Exactly.
Instead of going through the resume, it's like saying, okay, let me see how I feel, what I'm looking for, what my emotional side is asking for.
And then what happens, the mind is amazing.
Yeah.
When you start to focus on those inner qualities or the feeling that you want to have, you will automatically find yourself drawn to somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't on the menu for you previously.
Yeah.
And you will feel a resonance.
I think you're right about that. Some people call it a vibe.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Right? When you meet somebody, okay, when you first talk to them, I think you almost know immediately, instinctively, how you feel about this person.
Right.
Now, some people would say that's not fair, judging a book by its cover. Say, you're just judging somebody, right? But I think that you do have a sense, I call it a gut feeling, of how you're going to feel about somebody. How important is that, do you think, as an expert?
Well, we're so multifaceted. You know, we can read micro gestures. We do know our little computer inside is racking up a data system immediately. We look at somebody, we feel them, we see them, we get a sense the movement. We've got everything on point. So sometimes when people have a gut reaction, it's not just I looked, I made a decision. It's I took in the input and my computer spit out this.
There you go.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah, it works. I think so. Hey, listen, we got a caller. I think this is Dean calling in from Florida, sunny Florida. Dean, are you on the line with us?
Promised land.
Well, it is the beginning of the rainy season, so we get these quick 10-minute torrential downpours, and then the sun comes out. And the amazing thing is it could be raining on one side of the street, sunny on the other.
Listen, I hope you enjoy whatever you have down there. You're talking to Susan Witter, and I'm on the line, of course, with you, Dean. What do you want to talk about? I mean, what about you? Your personal questions. What do you want?
I heard part of your broadcast about courting.
Yes.
Courting is important. I don't see it. I'm 71, so I see it more in my age group. To find somebody really nice, you have to court them, take them out for nice dates, nice restaurants. The good way to find out if somebody's the right person for you.
Okay.
How they talk to the servers.
Exactly.
Trust is important, but how do you find somebody is a good question. The dating websites down here or anywhere. Funny thing is, nobody ever looks like they do when they show up.
That's a problem, Susan. Right? Just jump in
the
for a minute now.
filters, and they're showing you a photo from way back, and
from 10 years ago.
And the height. The guys tend to cheat on the height. The women cheat on the age.
Oh, boy.
I know. Well, because we know the world. We know the
I have
world.
a couple of male friends who cheat on their age too.
And income. Yep. And
Go ahead,
women.
go ahead,
too.
Dean. Go ahead.
Yeah. So courting is very, very important. And of course, when we're younger, I heard you talking about, physical appearance. Well, when you're 15, 16, 20 years old, you don't care that much about their personality.
I know. He's being real.
You don't. She is really good looking. And this is how I based my relationships on when I was a kid. She's gorgeous. Here's my phone number. No problem. Now, my age group, let's say 60 and above.
Okay.
It's important to find a friend because we've moved on our lives. A lot of us, thank God, have moved past the physical attraction look. We want somebody who's going to be a good friend.
You want to connect with somebody, right?
Connect with somebody, a trusty friend, somebody you have a lot of things in common with. And that's super important.
Very important, isn't it, Susan? Hold on,
That's
Dean.
the glue, because you will be companions more than, how do I say this properly? The physical romance can sometimes be rather large in the beginning and kind of die down as you normalize and get back to your life. So to have shared interests, to have somebody that mentally stimulates you, cultural, a companion for your activities.
Companionship is very important.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good word.
You'll be friends more than you'll be in the bedroom.
Is that what you're looking for now, Dean?
Yes.
You want a good companion.
I want a good companion, somebody that we have a lot in common with, like the same interests that I have, roughly the same age. Like I said, I'm 71.
Okay.
So I feel, thank God, like I'm 35. I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, I scream, and I go back to bed.
Dean, have you found anybody? Have you found somebody down in Florida?
I have a couple of young ladies I'm dating. Nothing. It just started in the past few weeks. One of them is a friend of mine, actually. And I've known her for a few years, so who knows where that'll go.
Okay. What kind of advice, Susan, what kind of advice can you give to Dean? He's looking for somebody who wants companionship. He's in a certain age group, okay, and I can understand that, so let's help him out. Go ahead.
Well, you have certain interests. You mentioned that. If you have certain physical activities that you like, tennis, golf, that's a great place to meet a companion that may be also attractive and interesting. So if there are groups, social groups, I don't know, you bridge, do you salsa, do you hike, those activities would have a likelihood of having a companion for you. Exactly. I like in person, Dean. I mean, that's just... I can't. I go online for like 24 hours, and I'm like, I get off. It's frightening.
Dean, you probably feel the same way, okay, if you've been online, but it's face-to-face. It's that physical contact,
face-to-face.
Talking to somebody.
Exactly. Got to be face-to-face.
Right.
My grandfather, going back 100 years, when he did business transactions, he said, he would always say, look in your business partner's eyes. And it's got to be a face-to-face thing. Over the phone, emails, they're all nice.
I buy that.
There's this face-to-face physical thing that must be done.
Dean, you've heard the line, the windows are the eyes of the soul, and you really can tell a lot when you're looking. Are you concerned? Are you concerned about, finding, the right and the wrong person? I mean, does that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many times in my life I've selected the wrong. I had a young lady. Susan would like this one. I'll tell her as quick as I can. Back in the 1980s, I'm dating a young woman, very, very nice. We met at work. And summa cum laude in college, very smart, gorgeous, but jealousy. Never trusted me. Never trusted me because the boyfriend before me, always cheated on her. Now, I never cheated. I was married once, never ever cheated. I can't share my heart with two people. I just can't do it. So we'd play these little games. She'd try and find phone numbers. And I'd say, you know why you never found a phone number? And she'd say, no. I said, because there are no phone numbers to find. And after we broke up, after a few years, I heard from mutual friends she could not find a boyfriend. She was engaged, didn't trust any boyfriend after that.
What do you make of that, Susan? What do you think?
That wasn't you.
Yeah, that wasn't
you. But
no.
I think now, with your added perspective, you might have shortened the time period on that relationship, learning that at this point in our lives, and I'm close to you, we don't have time to wait for them to catch up psychologically and emotionally. If they don't have the mental health or emotional health to be a good partner, we don't have the time to fix them.
Hey, maybe I could be the matchmaker here.
I
Susan,
think you could.
And Dean.
Dean, do you play golf?
Come on down. No, actually, are you sitting down for this one?
I am sitting down.
Play golf. Okay. All my friends play golf. I'm a bowler.
Okay.
I love bowling.
Well, I grew up in Minnesota. Does that count?
Okay, there you go.
There you go. A cold weather sport.
I think we got a match here. Dean, I want you to make sure you call us back and fill us in because we're going to continue with this discussion. But you call us back and maybe you'll have some good news to share with us. Or maybe you'll end up meeting Susan. Who knows?
I'm booking my flight right now. You think that's too pushy?
One way or the other. I'm looking forward to it. I definitely will call back.
Great.
You guys are terrific.
Thank you,
Bye,
Dino.
Dean.
Have a great day. Great day. One of the things, Susan, that people always think about, I wouldn't say always think about, but they do think about, especially at a certain stage of life, is losing hope. Losing hope that you will not find somebody.
Not just a certain stage.
Yeah.
Ernie, I have 20-year-olds that write that to
Really?
me. I had a 28-year-old. I was on the couch listening to her go on and on. She said, if this doesn't work out, that's it. And I said, you're what, 23, 24? She said, I'm 28. I'm like, how can you be done? I have people write me every day and say, I'm done.
But why? Why is that happening? Especially with a young person
I'm on a
like
tirade.
That.
You want me to really go?
Go.
The lack of civility in human relationships.
Wow.
Why do we think that this is one area where we can be cruel, disrespectful, and it's okay? It is not okay.
Civility is a big problem.
Human politeness.
Everywhere. Yes.
Etiquette, respect for the other human being. I mean, it is not okay that you don't feel like having a conversation. So you sleep with somebody for 4 months and you ghost them. You're with somebody for 4 years and you break up and you don't tell them. These are the things I'm getting nowadays.
I've talked about this on other programs. Civility is a huge issue today. Where's the respect?
I agree.
Where is the courtesy?
I agree.
And everybody seems to be angry and off on their own, and we have to do something about that. It's a really bad attitude that needs attention. Earlier this week, I was out on the streets of New York, and I was asking a question about love. I got some very, very interesting answers. I want to share it with you right now. I want you to give a listen to this. Okay, Kevin, roll the tape. Here we go.
Here I am on the streets of New York with my question of the day. All right, here's one for you. Do you believe that love can last a lifetime?
I certainly do. I've been married to my wife for 26 years now.
Nice.
We have a great relationship. We're best friends. We work together. We do things together. We work at home together. So we're
wow.
But she's upstairs. I'm in the basement. So
that works all right. Why do you think love can last a lifetime?
Because I'm experiencing it now. I know that I want my husband with me on my last day.
So you kind of go into the relationship with that attitude, don't you? Right from the get-go.
Yeah, but then it grows stronger as you go through different highs and lows in life.
What do you think? Do you believe that love can last a lifetime?
Yes, I do.
Tell me why you believe that. Tell me why.
Because I think that if you find the right partner for your life, as you grow older, you guys grow together. And obviously sometimes things are hard and challenging, but I think that if you find the right person, you overcome all that.
What do you think? Can love last a lifetime?
I think it definitely can with the right people.
Yes.
In my case, it didn't. but nevertheless, I think that's the reality that we face, and I think it's wonderful and enviable the people that have that love.
Can love last a lifetime? What do you think?
Absolutely. For one, I met my husband when I was 17. We've been together for 20 years.
Beautiful.
I envision many more years after that. Love for your parents, love for your child, which is the most profound kind of love. That love doesn't expire.
So great to hear from you. Thanks for your comments. I'll be watching for you next time. With positive news you can use, I'm Ernie Anastas on 77 WABC.
Subtle results, still you, but with fewer lines. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hey, guys. Have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. They ship Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garten's famous cakes. So if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT.
And here we are right now. See, Susan, I was out on the street earlier, and what do you think of the reaction?
I'm blown away.
Amazing.
These are New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Sometimes referred to as the most jaded people in the United States, and they're also positive, and they love their mate, and they believe in love.
Did you feel the civility coming through there? Was it right? We were talking about that.
No, and I felt the respect and the admiration.
Yeah.
For the concept of bonding and uniting with somebody and being there for them. It's beautiful.
It's a lovely thing. You know, one woman stood out. She was talking about, I want to be with my husband, you know, at the end.
The last
day. You know, you hear that. And so if I ask you, what really makes for lasting love? People would say, okay, respect, honoring one another, you know, being sincere, being honest, being caring, no matter what happens. What are the qualities to really keep love lasting?
There are dozens, but piggybacking off of this, it's probably the commitment to keep trying.
Yeah.
That you've somehow in yourself made a commitment that this is not a disposable relationship. I'm not here just when it feels good. I'm going to address the difficult times and the challenges that we experience, and I'm in it because I love you, and I want this love to flourish and to grow. And so then the technical thing that you need to do is keep talking honestly and make speaking an honest communication of your feelings okay. You need to make it safe.
Susan, let me ask you this. You know, with your expertise and your experience, do you think a lot of people, you know, give up too soon sometimes? Whatever happens in the relationship, could be a ton of things. But do you think that they just give up and say, okay, that's it. You did it, and I'm out of here, rather than, like you say, working through it?
Some people do, but that's a lack of emotional maturity. Those are people who want instant gratification. They only want easy. So they want the dessert. They don't want to eat their vegetables. Okay, so they want that kind of experience. And you're never going to be able to dive deeply emotionally with that person. You may be able to because you have the capacity, but they will not match you. So they were there for the good time.
Okay, well, listen, there are people listening to us right now. Before we say bye-bye, final thoughts, okay? Something that we should remember when we're thinking about love and relationships.
Well, know what you want and be clear about your standards and be open to the possibility. It might come in a package you didn't expect.
Oh, that's a very interesting
the wild
line.
card. You never know.
I'm going to remember that.
Okay.
Susan Witter, you've been a great guest.
Thank you,
I want you to
Ernie.
come
Love
back,
it.
do it again with
Love
us
it.
sometime. And we certainly wish everybody good relationships, lots of love. I'm going to see you next time. I'm Ernie Anastas on Positively Extra. And by the way, you can always send me your comments, ernie.anastas@wabcradio.com. Be well and stay positive, everybody. And remember, you were born to be alive.
Love that.